Hey, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. How are you? A really special final episode of your favorite new YouTube sensation, Coffee Time with your friend Brad. Listen, I've got my hot cup of coffee here. It's super early in the morning, and I was excited to make this video for you today as we think about the last 8 weeks and kind of wrapping up our class. And I think it's really fitting that last week we talked about the idea of motivating in our classroom, and that this week we're thinking about growth and expanding. And I just wanted to take a moment to encourage us in thinking about our students and our teaching and how we approach that. And one of the things that was really impactful for me as I read through the Lang text this week again and also last week was this idea of compassion. And that motivating students sometimes is one of the most important things we can do. And throughout that chapter, I was just struck that Lang was talking about people, right? Get to class a little early and talk with them. Get to know your students. Design for meaning. Have this idea of compassion. And as an educator and as a teacher and just as somebody who loves people, compassion is something that is transformational. And compassion isn't transactional, and the classroom certainly isn't transactional. And we're not trying to develop transactional classrooms. We are very intentionally attempting to develop transformational classrooms. So I want to encourage you in that. If you haven't read Lang in the chapter on motivating yet, please do that. Think about how you might apply these principles of compassion. And then this week, the work by Carol Dweck, the idea of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset is so fundamental in the education field, right? That somebody might come in and think, I just can't do this, right? And I was somebody like that at one point. I didn't think I was very good at school. I wasn't going to make it. I traversed most of my educational career not thinking that I was smart enough to get the grades that I might need. And then I had a couple of teachers who came along and helped shift that for me into a fixed mindset over to a growth mindset. And how we design our classrooms to be growth oriented, right? Designing for growth, designing for expanding, helping people get better. And that's the core of what we do. So I want to encourage you in that area. How do you use language in your classroom that facilitates growth and not this idea of a fixed mindset? When I read about this work, it really shifted the way that I talked to my daughter at home, who's 7 years old, but also the way that I talk to the faculty that I get a chance to serve and the programs that I get a chance to be a part of. It changed the way that I interacted with people because I understood the power of words and the power of helping people get better through this growth-oriented perspective. So I want to encourage you to think about those chapters and how you might employ some of those techniques in your own classroom. And then for this week, as we move into Monday being our last class together, I want to encourage you a little bit to go back, take a look at the assignments, and push just a little bit harder, to reread some chapters that you're ready to go come Monday night. I'm just absolutely moved at the growth of our class, that in just 8 short weeks, people who came in at all kinds of different levels, right? People who came in where I'm a little nervous about this idea, and then other folks were like, look, this is my wheelhouse, I got this. And I've seen everybody get a little bit better, and that's so encouraging. But it doesn't stop on Monday. The growth doesn't stop on Monday. The learning doesn't stop on Monday. It's something we're going to continue to do throughout our careers as educators, but also in kind of a micro way throughout the semester as we apply these techniques. So I'm going to challenge you to think about these techniques, to use them in your classroom, to use them in your life, and to help that knowledge come to life. I am excited about Monday. I can't wait. Mondays, last days of classes are always some of my favorite days because I get to see the culmination of this hard work. And so I'm just going to be really proud come Monday, and I'm excited to see everybody. Guys, I am ready. I hope you're ready. And listen, this I think could be our very last episode of Coffee Time with Your Friend Brad. So, and on that note, I hope your coffee stays hot. And I'll see you on Monday night. Take care, guys.